Today I'm going to be talking about Coldplay's weaker songs, like Hymn for the Weekend. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. Um, Also, Sky Full of Stars and Something Just Like This. Well, that wasn't, they didn't make the song, but it was still a collaboration. Um, a lot of people like to hold it up to the standard that it's going to be like Parachutes, which was their earliest album, like a really good album. Also, A Rush of Blood to the Head and Viva La Vida, or I think that's what the album was called. Maybe it was different, but still, people are holding it up to that standard, and I think that's kind of wrong to do because, first of all, the scene has changed so much. I think in earlier years, I think it's safe to say that there wasn't definitely as much pop. There was still pop, but there definitely wasn't as much, so much as there is today. And I talked about this in my older Coldplay video, but that's why I like Coldplay, because he doesn't like he made like two albums. They made like two albums, pop albums, and they were still decent. Like Him for the Weekend was actually pretty good, and I like that one a lot. I know it's kind of generic, but at the very least, the vocalist can actually, hit high notes. I feel like in a lot of pop songs, or like just any song in general now, some of them just they can't even hit high notes. Like I'm not saying I can hit high notes because I have a very deep voice, but they don't even try to hit high notes. They're just like ba ba da ba ba. I know that's the point of their songs is to be slow and kind of sad and mellow, but not really their pop songs. They're kind of fast paced. And I know that's a very different style from what you guys are probably used to for Coldplay, because you guys are used to like the slow rock and like the very slow piano, but they have to switch to something. I mean, they don't have to, but it can help. It can definitely help because like nowadays everything is just infested with pop. So they switch to pop, and then they switch back, and then they switch to pop because you can do two genres at once. If you do them well, then yeah, you can do them both, and I think Coldplay does both of the genres pretty well. Like that slow kind of style. I don't even know what you call it. It's like calm music or like sad music, and then just pop. So yeah, that's another reason why I like Coldplay, just because he can hit very high notes when a lot of people probably even can't do that. I mean, I can't do that, but Coldplay definitely can. Or at least like the vocalist can, and also the instruments are pretty good. As I said, Him for the Weekend was pretty good. I like that one. A lot of people don't like the newer Coldplay, but again, you can't hold it up to the standards in 2000, because again, the genre's changed. You have to hold it up to a different standard in the same genre. You can't just go from like a pop song and then compare it to like a rock song. That doesn't make sense because they're completely two different genres. Yet people are still doing that. They're like, "You said it as good at the beginning. The beginning album." Yeah, it's not going to be as good as the beginning album. What do you expect? Again, the genre has changed because they have to change with it. They have to change with the current generation of just a lot of pop music, a lot of rap music. I mean, they're not going to do rap because they're just not fit for rap, but they're fit for pop and again, slow stuff, and maybe some more fast-paced stuff like as I said, the pop stuff. So if you like slower songs, then go with the old one. If you like faster-paced songs that are like groovy, nobody uses that word anymore, but like punchy, then pop. Then if you still like Coldplay and you like fast-paced music, then you're gonna like probably like pop music. If you don't like their fast-paced music, then go listen to their old songs. Their old songs are the best. Obviously, I still like them a lot more than the new songs, but I still don't discredit them just because they're new, right? I feel like a lot of people don't like stuff because it's popular, and that's kind of fine if you do that, but again, you're kind of just discrediting it. A lot of people don't like older songs as well because they just don't like the artist. When they haven't even listened to the song, they just see an artist's name that they don't like, and they're just like, okay, I don't like the song. I mean, again, that's subjective, and you're completely fine if you have that opinion, but I think, even if I don't like an artist, I still give them a chance. Because they're older songs, mainly I think older songs are better than newer songs, because again, it wasn't all this. I feel like some of the stuff today is just the same beat over and over and over again. Like, yeah, it's just the same beat, same vocals, and it's kind of boring. sorry, that's just my opinion. If you guys like a lot of pop songs, then you're probably not going to agree with me, but still, I still find the beats extremely similar, and that's kind of with Coldplay, but still not as much to an extent, because again, you could just listen to their old songs, and even their pop songs are kind of different. And again, vocals are super high. Like, you don't really see that again in a lot of pop songs. I said that for like the third time. You don't see like a bunch of high vocals in a lot of pop songs. Even if you do, not to the extent Coldplay does. I feel like the end of their songs are always the best. Just because it shakes things up a bit, it gets the higher notes, the more than the lower notes, and like the later half, the instruments start to kick in a lot more in the end. Yeah, that's just why I like Coldplay for the second video, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to talk about the Chainsmokers. I don't really like them because I think they're overplayed. And you might say that about Coldplay. You might not like them because they're overplayed, but I heard them once. And again, I heard them once in like a meme. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Yeah, there was like a meme about that like 6 years ago, and that was the first time I heard that song. And now I'm only starting to realize, wait, that's from Coldplay. I'm pretty sure I said that in my original video, but who cares? So yeah, I didn't really hear a lot of them. I only heard like, from the memes, shit like that. I didn't even hear Viva La Vida before. I just heard the Minecraft parody before. I mean, the Minecraft parody is pretty decent, I will say. But again, it's not overplayed. If it was overplayed for me, then I might still like the song. I don't know. But I feel like I don't like Chainsmokers because they overplayed, way too overplayed for me. Every time I used to turn on every time my dad turns on the car radio, that's all I hear. It's just like generic pop song, and that's kind of, or electric music, and that's kind of what the Chainsmokers is. And yes, before you say it, yes, I know they collaborated, and yes, something just like this I think is their best song. Because again, the vocalist is very good. But that was one of the reasons that's why I like the song. The vocals basically carried the song, and the drop wasn't terrible. But again, I didn't hear it super like a lot on the radio. You know how many times I've heard Closer? Like, it is so, it's just boring now because you know what's gonna happen. Like, you know when the music's good when you listen to it for a million times, or like so many times, and it never gets old. And that's why I feel like I like Coldplay, old Coldplay. No matter how many times I listen to Viva La Vida, I can still find some instruments that I haven't heard originally in the song before. If I just listen I just listen way better than I did in the past, and I can just hear the instruments that I didn't hear before. I'm not explaining it well, but shut up. So, yeah, I just feel like that doesn't really apply to Chainsmokers, because there's really only... I just don't like the Chainsmokers. That's the same reason why I don't like Maroon 5 or Ed Sheeran. It's just, they're just boring to me. Ed Sheeran, slow, and I know, yes, Coldplay has slow songs, that's what I just said, but again, high vocals. Ed Sheeran does not have that. It's just boring to me. Shape of You is the most boring song I've heard because it's so overplayed. It has like 2 billion views, and I have no idea why. Every time I turn on the radio, I'm in love with the shape of you. It's so boring, dude. It's, again, another reason why I like the songs is that they can change people's lives. If it's a good song, if it can change people's lives. You don't have to like the song, but at least it changed people's lives, because it has. Like, like stuff like you listened to, that your dad listened to before he passed away, stuff like that. Like, that's how you know that just maybe, this is a great song. And that's why I feel like Coldplay can do. Coldplay songs have definitely changed lives before. I'm not saying that Ed Sheeran definitely hasn't, or the Chainsmokers hasn't. I just feel like the Chainsmokers really, like, not to an extent that Coldplay did. Maybe it's because it's not as sad of a song, but I feel like it's I'm not saying to make sad songs all the time. I'm just saying, like, come on. They diversify your genre a little bit. So that's it. If you're good at a genre, then keep at it. I completely detract my statement I just made. If you're good at a genre, then just keep at it. If you're not good at a genre, and you keep doing it, you're going to get better, definitely, but try to do some other genres. Alright, that's it. I made some pretty bad takes in this video, I know, but bye.